welcome back. You're with us on News9 Live. I'm Shweta Kothari. After a marathon Lok Sabha election spread across 7 phases, it was time for exit polls, and needless to say, all eyes will be on the BJP and Prime Minister Modi. The exit polls for the Lok Sabha elections on Saturday predict a resounding victory for Narendra Modi-led government, making it a hat-trick for the government as well as for the Prime Minister, with its NDA expected to win 346 out of the total 543 Lok Sabha seats. The BJP alone is projected to secure 311 seats. The exit polls have dealt a blow to the opposition's hopes of coming to power, indicating that the India bloc will win 162 Lok Sabha seats, with Congress predicted to get only 65. The TV9 poll strat has projected very close contest in few seats. Some of these seats where the polls are expected to be 5% or below are Amethi, Kadapa, Thiruvananthapuram, Maharashtra's Amravati, Sambalpur, Krishnanagar, Durgapur and Coimbatore. The big question is whether these close or closely contested seats could change the overall picture and change the wins as well as projections when the results are declared on 4th of June. Joining us on the show is Professor Chambi Puranik. He's a political analyst. Professor Puranik, thank you very much for taking time out, sir. What are you making of some of these seats that I just mentioned? Let's start with Amethi to begin with. A very closely contested seat, but it's going to be imperative for the BJP and for Smriti Irani to win.
Well, as usual, since morning or since last evening, Congress Party and India Alliance themselves, they are all, calling it as rubbish, and they have, it's trash, the kind of whatever survey they have done. So I think, it's an expected line. But my hunch is that BJP certainly is going to do well with its India Alliance. And the predictions, the poll, whatever the exit polls that are there, they can't be wrong. Almost 80 to 90% of the surveys that are done, they all, it varies from say 30 to 50 seats. Even if it doesn't reach 400, definitely it will cross 300, 320, 340, whatever you are projecting. So therefore, I think it is on the expected line because there is no alternative. The problem with the India Alliance is they have not projected a united front. And also, they are not even in a position to convince the people of India, the general public at large, let us leave our own pockets. So they have failed to win over the confidence of the people all over India. It looks like that. And I think, you and me, we can't take the kind of negative reactions coming from Congress leaders. We have to go by the psephologists, the people who have spent time, and 10 to 15 lakh cross-voting, the assessment survey has been done. I don't think it can go wrong. All these years it has not gone. But except in some cases, there could be some kind of surprises even to India also. That is possible. That error of whatever margin it is there, it's bound to be there. So I don't think anybody can suspect the integrity or the kind of honesty of the media houses or the exit poll people who have done the work and all that. They are all professional experts. Now, how can you say that these are all bought over and it is emerging from BJP headquarters and all that? I think these are all very immature and very foolish. And I think the comments which are not worth coming from an opposition in a democracy. You must respect the democratic verdict. Whether you win or not, that is different. But as you are in the game of politics and the kind of electoral politics, I think we must be very responsible and careful in our comments. I think the disillusionment will be proved based on the predictions that are there, barring some plus and minus here and there. On June 4th, I'm sure you and our channel, myself, or anybody else, definitely will concur with you what we are discussing today. It can't be totally wrong. It can't be totally irrational.
It has been totally wrong, come to think of it, Mr. Puranik. It was, Professor Puranik, it was wrong in 2004 when nobody could have predicted for UPA to win at all. Nobody could have predicted the rout that the NDA government, then led by Prime Minister Vajpayee, faced. So they have been wrong in the past.
The mistakes are there, definitely. But, you must know one thing. 2 terms, the NDA or BJP, it has been in power. And whatever they have done, they have proved. And people are convinced. Though there are some kind of splashes like that Karnataka example, 2023. For me itself, it was a big surprise. I was thinking of a hung assembly. But, it turned out to be otherwise. It happens. But at the national level, there is a between state election and national election. At national level, by and large, people know who is going to be the prime minister, whether it's going to be a stable government or a coalition which is unstable, and people are not in a position to arrive at a particular candidate or the party in terms of being the prime ministerial candidate. So I think these are major worries which the India alliance should have taken care of. Even today, they are not in a position, except saying Rahul Gandhi just now, half an hour back before you called me, he was telling that we will definitely reach 285. If this kind of overconfidence is there, I agree with you. There could be errors, there could be surprises, but I don't think this time the consecutive third term or a hat trick of Prime Minister Modi solely on the basis of his image or popularity and performance, and in the absence of very glaring absence of a kind of a leader who can replace him. I think people have given their choice. If we have to take exit polls on the face value itself, that is how I look at it.
Okay, but Mr. Puranik, you don't give much of a choice to the opposition. They will of course have to continue to project a strong front and say that they are winning, and this is what they continue to do. You can't blame them for saying that they're going to win. That is of course is expected of whoever is in the opposition to say that we continue to be bullish and will continue to perhaps come to power if at all, if those are the desires, and those are the desires. But I want to come to all of these swing seats one after the other. Let's talk about Amethi first. Now, polling in Amethi Lok Sabha seat was conducted, remember, in the fifth phase, which is on 20th of May. Incumbent MP Smriti Irani from BJP and Congress's Kishori Lal Sharma are the major candidates in the fray for the Amethi seat. Now, in 2019 general election, now remember, BJP swept away UP's entirety of UP, most of it, winning about 62 out of 80 seats in fray. BJP Smriti Irani emerged victorious in the Amethi seat. Now, TV9 poll strat exit poll predicts that less than 2% margin has come in when it comes to this particular seat. So will it therefore be a closely contested seat, or whether Smriti Irani will once again be able to sweep it away? What are you making of what happened in Amethi at this point in time? For the longest, a Congress bastion went to Smriti Irani. Could Congress come back?
Well, the very fact that Rahul Gandhi was not fielded in this constituency itself shows the lack of confidence of the India alliance led by Congress. So therefore, I think, Smriti Irani, definitely she has performed well, and she has taken care of, nourished the constituency. Amethi was neglected, and she has proved, one after another, how things were bad and all that. Except that the dynastic kind of hold on the constituency was there, and she has demolished that. So I think, that way, she has the benefit of having confidence, not overconfidence that she will win. But the victory margin, as you said, the kind of projections giving only 2 or 3%, this could be a kind of close fight. It can't be a windfall or a large kind of majority that she is going to win. Even if it happens, again, the exit poll has to verify where they went wrong and all. But the victory point is concerned, I'm sure Amethi will go for BJP, and Smriti Irani, having performed very well and being a very capable minister, and also a very outspoken representative of women who are less in number, who are not given the prime of whatever importance that is there in political party system of India.
Right.
I think she's definitely going to win. That's what
I think we'll know on June 4th for sure. But if it's going to be closely contested, I think it'll also be a report card of sorts for Smriti Irani if Kishori Lal wins at all. But it's a seat we're tracking here very closely. We'll be back with more on the other side. Keep watching News9.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
20,000 people dead and counting. What's happening in the United States of America is unprecedented. You will have to pay for this.
For the very time in our investigation, we unmasked the killer of Ravindra Matre.
In 5G, we have to stand with the world, and in 6G, we have to lead the world.
Winning a Grammy was an absolutely surreal experience.
I don't think anybody has isolated Ajit Dada Pawar. Ajit Dada has isolated himself.
That led to a lot of bad blood between the ruling partners.
It is not true. You know it very well, who these elements are, who these individuals are. And these are the very reasons why you see a division in the party. Now this contest between Supriya Sule and Sunetra Pawar is really a proxy war between uncle and nephew, and it's being fought in the family bastion of Baramati.
This and more. Streaming on News9 Plus. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Welcome back. You're watching News9 Live, and we are, of course, tracking Mandate 2024. All eyes, of course, on some of these swing constituencies that would be defining for whoever wins this election. At the heart of electoral battle in one of the key constituencies of Kadapa lies the contenders vying for the coveted Lok Sabha seat. And this, of course, is going to be the Kadapa district, comprises of 10 assembly, 2 Lok Sabha seats, and Kadapa Lok Sabha seat is set to witness a tough three-way contest. Sitting YSRC MP YS Avinash Reddy is hopeful of a third consecutive win from Kadapa. The TDP has fielded C. Bhubanesh Reddy. YS Sharmila Reddy of the National Congress is all set to make her own political debut from Kadapa. It is closely contested because this is the clash for the very first time between political heavyweights, and it's poised to define the contours of electoral narrative as rival ideologies and agendas will vie for supremacy. This is also going to be a closely contested fight between cousins for the very first time in Kadapa. Now, according to TV9 Polstrat, the vote share percentage difference between YSRC and TDP is just 1%, making it a very closely contested fight. At the moment, Manaswi joining us on the show, who's also a political strategist. Manaswi, thank you very much for taking time out. Andhra Pradesh Congress fielding YS Sharmila took a lot of people by surprise, of course, because this, as I said, is a very closely contested fight. But this will also mean that cousins will be fighting one another.
Yeah. So apart from the Lok Sabha, the strategy of the Congress in Andhra Pradesh specifically is that they also want to get back towards Vidhan Sabha of Andhra Pradesh, and they want to make sure that their momentum is better and stronger, what they have missed out in last couple of years. So that was the strategy, and I think it can work out for the Congress point of view, because as of now they don't have anything strong in Andhra Pradesh. But with these kind of moves, what happens is they are trying to consolidate on the existing voter and also trying to gather new votes. I don't know how it's going to come out in the Lok Sabha, but on a longer perspective, it is on a good front for the Congress. It's a good move for them.
All right, it's a good move for them, but you know, as I said, this is one of those closely contested seats, and in Andhra we see Congress party also trying to make inroads, as you rightly pointed out, in the assembly seats. And it's not just about the Lok Sabha seat, which is currently going to see a heavy competition. It's the inroads into largely the assembly seats where the competition is also going to heat up. Kadapa is going to be something we'll focus on. But shifting focus now, the constituency of Thiruvananthapuram is also going to witness a heavy competition with Congress MP and former Union Minister Shashi Tharoor and BJP's Rajiv Chandrasekhar as well as CPI's Paniyan Ravindran taking the fight to the perhaps next level. Thiruvananthapuram has seen representation from various parties over decades, reflecting the shifting political landscape of Kerala. Traditionally, the context and the contest has been primarily between Indian National Congress and the Communist Party of India, but with BJP now gaining prominence in the recent election and fielding of a very important candidate, we'll have to see where the fight goes from here on. Shashi Tharoor is a former UN diplomat, has been representing Thiruvananthapuram since 2009, winning 3 consecutive terms due to his strong educational background and international experience. Will he win? Will he not? It's going to be a tough one.
Definitely, it's a very tough one for Rajiv Chandrasekhar for sure, not for Shashi Tharoor. But I think it's a great mettle for Rajiv Chandrasekhar to decide, follow the party guidelines and fight from there, because it's a strong bastion of less of Congress, more of Shashi Tharoor, because Thiruvananthapuram have specifically since last 15 years selected him. They love him, his style of politics. And the most important part, what we see is this particular seat specifically, the icing on the grassroots level understanding is there is a momentum in which is in his favor. Traditionally, in 2019 also, BJP had around 29 to 30% of vote share there. And with him coming into play, the vote share of the swinging vote person could be converted into his favor, and we can see a new dimension in the politics of Thiruvananthapuram. But still, having said that, I feel the work done by Shashi Tharoor, the connect which he has for his constituency, is very active. As one of the most active parliamentarians coming out from his constituency, he's one of them. And since consistency is also a key for him, year on year he has worked for his constituency. Unlike other Congress leaders and unlike the Congress leaders in all the political parties, he has made that connect with his voters. So it's a tough battle, but it's a very interesting battle. And these are the kind of battles we want to see and see what analysis comes out and where people vote. Because here what is interesting is people are also seeing the qualifications. It's very rare to very genuinely qualified leaders are fighting.
Absolutely, Manasvi. And let me also quickly get in Professor Chambi Puranik on this. This is a very interesting point of view that Manasvi brought to fore. You've got to see the qualification of the two gentlemen here. The sitting MP as well as BJP's Rajiv Chandrasekhar in fray, highly qualified, well-to-do gentlemen. Both have partly studied abroad, partly worked abroad, come back to India, serving the electorate. But in Kerala, from what we are reading so far, and as far as our own exit poll is concerned, Kerala, BJP is winning just 1 seat, and it's not going to be Thiruvananthapuram. Professor Chambi Puranik.
Yeah, they say that Thrissur will be sure state for BJP, and Thiruvananthapuram is closely contested. I agree with my friend who just now mentioned. Both are very competent and capable candidates. But the charisma and the kind of spell Shashi Tharoor has over the constituency as well as the entire country, he is a very capable parliamentarian, and not only because of his oratory but also in terms of his clarity, the way he debates the parliament and all that. He is a very big asset for Congress. So I think Congress has tried its best to retain him, but Rajiv Chandrasekhar coming from our state, because he is an MP from our Rajya Sabha, so I think he could have opted for Rajya Sabha safe seat, which was available for him. But I don't know why he took the risk, but he is giving a tough fight to Shashi Tharoor, because see, apart from what my friend mentioned about his performance, that is in the parliament, at the local level, I have also contacts through our university sources. They say that in terms of as being an MP, his contribution to nourish or develop that constituency is not that much. He is a very glamorous or a very popular kind of image he has got throughout the country and also outside the country. So therefore, what is it that he has done to his constituency as an MP? Not only MP fund, but even from the point of view of his ability to win over BJP also. BJP also people respect him. So my point is, it is not from 8 or 9% swing votes, but it could be 2 or 3% this way or that way. It is very closely contested. I will not be surprised if Rajiv Chandrasekhar wins also, because the Hindutva awareness, where the BJP had not done it earlier, This time it has been very aggressive, and also the kind of whatever support and public opinion he has mobilized. I think he is confident. In all his interviews, I have found him to be very confident. So it could be only 2 or 3%. Which way the youngsters and the undecided voters, those sitting on the fence, they decide. I think that will decide the fate of both the best candidates or brilliant candidates.
Absolutely. And Professor Purani, would that just be the reason why he decided to actually fight that interesting seat, knowing that it's going to be a formidable fight with Shashi Tharoor as the sitting MP, but perhaps taking his own chances, perhaps understanding that there's been a demographic shift, there's also been a shift in the way people perceive BJP, and weighing in on those chances, making it a tough fight as far as Thiruvananthapuram is concerned. And we'll come back to you, both of you, Manaswi, Professor Puranik, we'll come back to the two of you with more such seats after this very short break.
$20,000 people dead and counting. What's happening in the United States of America is unprecedented. You will have to pay for this.
वो पूछते हैं कि हम कौन है गालिब, तुम बतलाओ कि हम बतलाएं क्या।
I told him, you do what you think is best. I will not insist.
This and more. Streaming on News9 plus news is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
Welcome back. You're with us, News9 Live, and we're tracking the mandate 2024. Among all the closely contested seats, that be of Amravati, as well as contest is heating up between Navneet Kaur Rana from the NDA and Balwant Basavant Wankhade from India Bloc. Now, Navneet Kaur Rana, who's an incumbent independent MP, is now contesting with the BJP ticket. She is contested. According to the TV9 poll strat, BJP holds a vote share of 47.46%, while Congress stands at about 40.01%. A very close contest of just about 6% seats so far, a 6% vote share as far as that seat is concerned. Now, BJP-led National Democratic Alliance is expected to edge the contest for Maharashtra's 48 Lok Sabha seats. In 2019 election, the BJP, the then undivided Shiv Sena, were dominant, winning 23 and 18 seats respectively, including a clean sweep of Mumbai's 6 constituencies. Now, TV9 Polstrat predicts the BJP, along with its NDA allies, is expected to secure over 18 seats. In total, the NDA is predicted to win 22 seats. Meanwhile, the India Alliance is projected to win 25 seats. But Amravati will be crucial, and Amravati will be eyed on by, and it's a contest, remember, it's also a very politically sensitive seat. On the show with us is Professor Chambi Puranik. Manaswi Thapar also continues to be with us. What are you making, Manaswi, of that Amravati seat?
Why would I say that is, apart from Amravati and more largely on the Maharashtra part, is because this is the first time the Shiv Sena has been divided. And the logical understanding is whenever BJP enters into a regional territory where they didn't have a base, a stronger base, so what happens is the smaller brother, earlier Shiv Sena was the larger brother, the big-hearted brother, now it is a smaller brother, so they would be decimated to the next level. And with this Pune case and everything, whatever have happened, so the NCP Ajit Pawar segment is also going to be decimated. So what happens is, so BJP becomes a larger-than-life political party in Maharashtra, establishing itself in roots. Obviously, in the last Lok Sabha, they performed well, but this Lok Sabha, I think they're going to perform even better. And as per my knowledge goes, Navneet was an independent candidate, and she understood the momentum was not there, and BJP didn't have a leader in Amravati, and so this becomes a natural choice for them. And this is a one-sided match, and I feel Navneet is going to win this election. There are two reasons to this. One, Congress is a house which is disoriented. Opposition is not united, and BJP is the only formidable force where there could be some kind of credible leader which could showcase. In this credible leader is Prime Minister Narendra Modi and not the Lok Sabha candidates. It is the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on whose face people are going to vote in Amravati. It is not about Navneet or anyone else. It's about Prime Minister Narendra. But the decimentation of Shiv Sena is going to give advantage to BJP. So that's going to add on another 5% vote bank kitty in BJP.
All right, and this is also the first time, because Amravati was always given to the undivided Shiv Sena, so this is the first time BJP is in fact fielded a candidate. Professor Chambi Puranik, do you agree BJP they're expected to win, even though Navneet Kaur was an outsider, considered to be an outsider for a very long time, joined the BJP very last minute, but BJP likely to sweep that seat?
One main advantage for Navneet is she is a woman, and very few women candidates are fielded in the election. So that's one advantage. Second is, as Manasvi mentioned very clearly, there is a combination of different forces that are supporting her and also working against Congress. So Shiv Sena is divided and Congress itself is a divided house in many ways, and Ajit Pawar group, etc. Those are all, I think, the kind of few resources that are there, which BJP can very well harness. And BJP is an expert in this kind of alliance where the point of advantage or winning is more. So that way, I think even the percentage of votes that projected by your survey shows that the BJP definitely has got an edge over the Congress. And the Congress candidate, his own performance-wise, I don't think there is anything to be proud of, except that it has fielded a very experienced kind of stalwart from that party. So I do agree that Navneet has a chance, not only for the sake of BJP, but also for the sake of Modi. As he said, Modi is bigger than whatever the kind of images that the other BJP leaders have. But so, in order to make Modi to be Prime Minister for a third time, and BJP has mobilized the different groups that were there, and they have given a kind of boost for her. So our candidature has got, I think, better prospects of in defeating Congress. That's how I look at it.
Okay. All right, let's quickly shift focus to Odisha now. As many as 68.87% voters had cast their votes for the Sambalpur constituency on 25th of May during the 6th phase of Lok Sabha 2024 elections. Now, Sambalpur is one of the most closely watched Lok Sabha constituencies in Odisha. The Bharatiya Janata Party and Biju Janata Dal has made victory in this constituency a prestige issue. The BJP has replaced the sitting MP Nitesh Gangadev with Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. Now, Pradhan's prominence as the Union Minister brings in a new dimension to the race. This change could potentially alter the electoral dynamics in Sambalpur. Opposing him is Nagendra Pradhan. He, remember, won the Sambalpur seat in 2014 on the BJD ticket, but has now joined the Congress party. His switch from BJD to Congress adds an interesting twist. So while the BJD has fielded BJD candidate Pranab Prakash Das to nullify the possible gains that Dharmendra Pradhan can bring into the constituency. Who's going to win this seat? Let's talk about that. Manas, it's a closely held contest, but come to think of it, the fact that the sitting MP switched positions from BJD to Congress, does this mean that the vote share will also perhaps switch from BJD to Congress? What are you making of the Sambalpur seat?
So what happens in this scenario is the concentration of BJD as a political party is less on Lok Sabha and more on the assembly seats. So what happens with BJD is BJD is more concerned about the state election vis-a-vis the national aspirations, putting their people into the Lok Sabha, into the parliament. So what happens here is, so this advantage goes to the BJP side of things is because Dharmendra Pradhan comes from a strong bastion, a good family in politics of BJP, is the most prominent leader of BJP in Odisha, a union minister. Everything checks points for him. And then he's fighting this particular seat. It makes the seat more valuable. And to nullify, BJD would try it, but I don't think that would convert into a larger votes for them. Why? Because the concentration of a party as a whole, because till the last moment, Mr. Pandian and BJP was trying to create an alliance. That alliance did not happen till the last day. So somehow that preparedness to fight that election solo was not there. BJP was okay with it because BJP, every seat, every state they are fighting elections. So for them, it's an add-on for the NDA part of things. But BJP themselves knew that they are going to make it to the mark to form the government. So the winning factor is the concentration and the focus to fight election, to win election in Lok Sabha. That mandate is not somehow there with BJD, which is in comparison to BJP.
All right, let's quickly also shift focus now to West Bengal's Krishnanagar Lok Sabha constituency, which has been a stronghold of the Communist Party of India, now winning 9 out of 13 Lok Sabha elections from this seat. 9 out of 13 assembly elections, I beg your pardon. Now, BJP's sole victory on this came in 1999, while the Indian National Congress has never won the Lok Sabha elections from Krishnanagar. However, in recent times, TMC has made the seat their own stronghold by winning the last 3 Lok Sabha elections, 2009, 14 and 19. It's going to be a big fight between the MP, sitting MP, Mahua Moitra is once again representing TMC, while Amrita Roy is representing the BJP. It's going to be a close-knit fight between Mahua Moitra. Will Mahua Moitra come back? Will she not come back? Let's discuss that. Joining us and continues to be with us is Professor Puranik. Professor Puranik, what are you making of that Krishnanagar seat, sir? Mahua Moitra being given a tough competition. But as far as, all the exit polls that are now seeping in, it does look like BJP's inroad into West Bengal is only going to be greater and better this time.
This time, I think Mahua Moitra has a very tough kind of fight she has to face, because apart from her being discredited member of parliament, or the kind of whatever violations she has made as an MP, in terms of secrecy and being a good parliamentarian and all that. That's the second thing is, the entire West Bengal scenario, based on the kind of violence that we have been seeing and all that. I think, she has a very tough thing to challenge to face and all that. So the third thing is, her own popularity itself. If she wins, it will definitely be a big achievement for her. And also she can tell BJP that in spite of you are disqualifying me, I am back here like that. But still, that particular whatever case is there, that whatever image she has got that. So therefore, I think this time it is very tough for her. And also the percentage of votes that you have mentioned is only about say about 5 to 6%. That can swing in favor of BJP. That's possible because of the entire West Bengal kind of the electoral psychology that is there. There is an anti-incumbency kind of factor, which we should not forget. That's also there. So added to that, our own whatever kind of image she has got, I think this is going to be very tough, and I will not be surprised if she loses with a big margin also. That's how, as on today, I look at it based on the exit poll and also the reports that we get from West Bengal through our sources.
Okay, I want to quickly also bring in Manaswi into this conversation, because this is important. It also will be a vindication of sorts from the electorate on Mahua Moitra and her conduct and her stature as a sitting MP from that seat. Now, she's been marred in controversy since all of last year, all of 2023. Manaswi, is this going to be a vindication? Is that how you're going to look at it? If at all she wins, and she is, from the numbers that are coming out, she may just win by about 6% votes.
A win is a win, and I think she's going to win the seat very easily. I don't think there's any doubt about it. 5 to 6% shift in the vote share is a very big shift. It's not like 500 or 1,000, because that's a huge amount in a constituency like Krishnanagar. It's a very big number of votes. So she's going to win. The factors working for her is, apart from her conduct or something that's obviously negative on her, but that did not go with the voters. The voters, her connect with the voters, her vocalness about things, her speaking out in open went well with the people. And in Krishnanagar specifically, the voters didn't even know who the BJP candidate was. Why? Because BJP did not project a candidate when TMC announced or before that. So it was just because they had to project someone, they just took a chance and they did it. Even BJP was not very serious about this particular seat. And it's a given seat. I don't think it would be a tough fight for Mahua Moitre. She's going to be in parliament post-4 very soon.
All right, she's going to be in parliament, but we're going to stay on with West Bengal. The contest between Dilip Ghosh of the BJP and the Kirti Azad of Trinamool Congress in Bardhaman, Durgapur is also a clash of personalities that is going to be full of drama, has been full of drama. Known for his loose cannon statements, the controversial former state president of the BJP, Ghosh, is the sitting MP in Medinipur. Now, in 2019, he was made to contest the Medinipur Lok Sabha seat, which he won comfortably and is now shunted to Bardhaman Durgapur. His former party colleagues in his opponent in fight is going to be Kirti Azad, who joined TMC back in 2021 and is now fielded against Ghosh in Durgapur. Now, as a part of India Bloc, the CPIM has fielded Sukriti Ghosh from Durgapur constituency this time around. So it's going to be a three-way fight. Well, how are you and what are you making, Manaswi, of the Durgapur seat? Okay, we don't have Manaswi, but we do have Professor Chambi, who continues to be with us. Professor Chambi, what are you making of that Durgapur seat, sir?
Durgapur seat, BJP, it will be very tough for Dilip Ghosh because the victory margin or whatever the percentage that votes were polled, it's more than about 5 or 6%. So there, I think TMC definitely has an edge over Dilip Ghosh in the kind of campaign she has been doing, of energy. He has an advantage over it. The third thing is here, it's instead of anti-incumbency factor, I think, Mamata Banerjee's stakes are also important. In the previous case, Mahua Moitre, if she wins, that will be a setback for BJP and definitely the Modi Prime Minister's image and all that. But here is the question of the image of Mamata Banerjee. I think, surely on the basis of her whatever kind of support and popularity, and also pro-incumbency factor in this particular constituency, I think, he has an edge over that also. That's how I look at it. TMC has an edge over this. This is what
all right.
I mean.
TMC has an edge as far as Durgapur is concerned, but we're going to shift focus now to the south of India. And BJP is also predicted to open its account in Lok Sabha elections in Tamil Nadu, with state party president K. Annamalai likely to win the Coimbatore constituency for the Saffron Party. Often considered a fringe player in Tamil Nadu's electoral arena dominated by Dravidian heavyweights, a resurgent BJP in Tamil Nadu has seen its stock rising beyond its own expectations this time, thanks to an assertive and aggressive K. Annamalai, who is steering the party. Now, Coimbatore, the hub of Western Tamil Nadu, was the most keenly watched constituency in the state, and K. Annamalai went all out in battling against Dravidian giant. He also faces challenges from the Tamil nationalist Nam Tamil Kachi in the four-way contest between anti-DMK Congress votes split into three. But if the current tally of the number of seats is to go by, it does look like BJP could be winning, according to the TV9 poll start survey, as many as 4 seats. Professor, BJP opening its account not just in Tamil Nadu but also in Kerala. A lot would say this in itself tells you a lot about how Prime Minister Modi has been particularly trying to impress the voters of south of India, and they are impressed.
I agree with you that Prime Minister's visits and also his whatever the kind of meditation he has done earlier, pujas and visiting temples and all that in Tamil Nadu, I think it has impressed the people, and Tamil Nadu people are also religious people, but because of the Dravidian politics, I think were divided and different earlier. Now, because of Prime Minister's campaign and also Annamalai, see, look at his strategy. He didn't recommend alliance with the AIDMK, and the BJP broke away from them. So that means to say he has assessed the ground realities of Coimbatore. Coimbatore is definitely a majority of Hindu people are there. So definitely people there, they have some kind of respect for Prime Minister Modi.
Okay.
And also,
Professor Puranik, sorry to cut you short, but I think a question that is going to weigh in on everybody's mind as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned is, was it Annamalai or was it Prime Minister Modi?
It is Prime Minister Modi plus Annamalai. I don't think Annamalai himself on his own he has got that. He may help BJP to get its vote share increased in other constituencies. But here, without Prime Minister's whatever intervention or popularity and appeal, I don't think Annamalai on his own can do it. He's a local man, no doubt. And he's a very committed man, dedicated man. People do have respect for him. But on his own, I think he will not be in a position to pull that victory. So the victory comes, if it comes, it's a major portion of success. Credit goes to Prime Minister Modi. And Annamalai is the right candidate. So you mean to say the Prime Minister who is very promising and popular and who has performed, and a candidate who is ready to make Tamil Nadu entry into BJP and all that. I think that way it is a big boost for BJP. Not Tamil Nadu, not Annamalai himself. I agree to disagree with this kind of whatever analyst saying that Annamalai is going to sweep Tamil Nadu and all that. No, it is not possible.
Okay.
Without Modi, BJP has no place in Tamil Nadu. That's
okay.
Also
I think we'll leave it at that, Professor Puranik. Without Modi, BJP has no place in Tamil Nadu. That's the word coming in as far as Professor Puranik is concerned. But it's all too much for the BJP, which is now looking to win at least 4 seats in the state of Tamil Nadu. That is what the polls are predicting at the moment. The final results will be out in less than 48 hours. So we'll keep bringing you those details here on News9 Live. Professor Puranik, thank you very much, sir, for taking time out, for joining us here on this show. With that, it's the end of this show. Thank you for watching.
Forever there are simultaneous election of Parliament, Assembly and Municipality and Panchayat. So that framework has to be given in the Constitution. That amendment has been suggested.
Are you going to take away the power of dissolution?
I mean, it doesn't require any rocket science to do this. A simple constitutional amendment, and the idea is everything goes together.
The Law Commission has set the ball rolling for one nation, one election. Basically, if all goes well, then India may see simultaneous elections to Lok Sabha, state assemblies, municipalities and panchayats in 2029.
This and more. Streaming on News9 plus News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
For the very first time in our investigation, we unmasked the killer of Ravindra Matre.
In 5G, we have to stand with the world, and in 6G, we have to lead the world.
Winning a Grammy was an absolutely surreal experience.
I don't think anybody has isolated Ajit Dada Pawar. Ajit Dada has isolated himself.
That led to a lot of bad blood between the ruling partners.
It is not true. You know it very well, who these elements are, who these individuals are. And these are the very reasons why you see a division in the party.
Now this contest between Supriya Sule and Sunetra Pawar is really a proxy war between uncle and nephew, and it's being fought in the family bastion of Baramati.
This and more. Streaming on News9 plus. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
Why is the state not looking at putting an embargo on that?
As a Telangana person, I will not accept.
How do ordinary folks deal with this? $20,000 people dead and counting. What's happening in the United States of America is unprecedented. You will have to pay for this.
जानना है तो देखिए, समझना है तो सुनिए, सीखना है तो पूछिए, और कमाना है तो खरीदिए। जानकारी, सलाह और निवेश सब एक ही सुपर ऐप पर। पैसे का सवाल है तो जवाब है Money9। आजादी पैसे की। अभी डाउनलोड करें।
I don't think anybody has isolated Ajit Dada Pawar. Ajit Dada has isolated himself.
That led to a lot of bad blood between the ruling partners.
It is not true. You know it very well, who these elements are, who these individuals are. And these are the very reasons why you see a division in the party.
Now, this contest between Supriya Sule and Sunetra Pawar is really a proxy war between uncle and nephew, and it's being fought in the family bastion of Baramati.
This and more. Streaming on News9 Plus. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
Hello and welcome. You're watching News9 Live. I'm Shweta Kothari. In the Prajwal Ravanna alleged rape case, more details are now coming in. The SIT has intensively questioned the 33-year-old Hassan MP. Sources are now saying at the moment. Sources are also revealing that the mobile seized by the